Hello, myself is Professor Praveen Bhandari. I am working as a head of Chemical Engineering Department in KK Wagh Polytechnic, Nasik. Today we are going to understand some basics of thermodynamics, especially the first law of thermodynamics and relevant terms. Now let us try to understand what are the objectives of today's session. The first objective, that is the video lecture, is intended to provide the basic overview about the first law of thermodynamics and relevant thermodynamic terms. After watching this video, you will be able to understand the concept of system and surrounding, various attributes of the different types of systems, concept of work and heat, and first law of thermodynamics and various forms of first law. So just begin with some basic topic, that is a law of conservation of energy. Now as per the law of conservation of energy, total energy in universe is conserved. It means that the change in energy in a system is equal and opposite to change in energy in a surrounding, that is energy change in the system plus energy change in the surrounding is equal to 0. Now before proceeding further, let us try to understand what is system. So consider a glass in which a water is there, and therefore the water present in the glass is a system, and rest everything including a glass is a surrounding, and therefore there is always an interaction between system and surrounding. Basically, the systems are of three types: open system, closed system, and isolated system. The schematic sketch of the different system is presented before you. That open systems are the one across which both matter and energy are transferred. In a closed system, you can see that this beaker is covered with the lid. It means only energy transfer can take place, whereas there is no mass transfer. Now consider this system. It's the beaker covered with lid kept inside the insulated container. It is an example of isolated system. The most popular example in our day-to-day life is a thermos flask or the hot water container. The universe itself is an example of isolated system, and therefore based on what kind of the system is there, whether it is open system, closed system, and isolated system, based on that types of the system, we can modify the first law of thermodynamics, and you will see how by applying the conditions relevant to the system, the first law of thermodynamics can be modified. Now before we actually see the statement of first law of thermodynamics, let us try to understand what is work and types of work done. So basically, work is a form of energy in a transit which is exhibited during the interaction of system with surrounding. Now the work is broadly classified as a expansion type work and non-expansion type work. In expansion type of work, we actually see the physical movement of a boundary. That is, if a gas expand in a piston and cylinder assembly, we can see that the piston is moving during the expansion, and the reverse is the case during the contraction. Now in non-expansion type of the work, due to the energy supplied, some changes are occurring in the systems. However, we cannot see any physical movement of the boundary, or rather it doesn't occur. So the non-expansion type of the work is equal to the free energy change during the process. So free energy change during the process, electrical work, frictional work are the example of non-expansion type of the work. Now broadly, the energy we are aware of are of a different kinds, like nuclear energy, solar energy, wind energy, etc., etc. But on the basis of their existence and the way the change occurs, the energies can be broadly classified into three types: microscopic, we also call it as an internal energy, macroscopic, and energy in a transit. So the energy due to microscopic motion of motion, what does it mean? The atoms or molecules are in the state of rotational, translational, and vibrational motion. These motions, which cannot be visualized by the naked eyes, are microscopic motion. So energy due to such motion and energy due to intermolecular force. Now macroscopic means what? We can see the change because of the energy. For example, if any object is moving from one place to another place with certain velocity, so it consists of kinetic energy. Now if we elevate certain object from a lower elevation to a certain elevation, then there is a change in potential energy, and therefore the macroscopic changes or the energy is because of the position in the gravitational field and the macroscopic kinetic energy. Now there is another kind of the energy which is generally exhibited when there is a change in state of the system, and therefore these energies are known as energy in a transit. So the examples of work done and heat transfer. Now we often call the thermodynamic variables, or rather we classify them into two types of the function: state function and path function. So internal energy is a state function, enthalpy is a state function, but work and heat are the examples of path functions. So let us try to understand what it means. So consider there is a change in state of the system from 1 to 2. There are two ways possible, either by A or by B. Now the work done during the expansion can be estimated as W is equal to integration of P dV, where dV is the change in volume from state 1 to state 2. Now this graphically, the value of work done can be calculated as an area under curve, and therefore suppose if you try to understand the area under curve A and area under curve B, then certainly the area under curve B is more than the area under curve A. This clearly demonstrates that the work is a path function. And even though the initial and final states are same, due to the difference in path followed, the work involved in different path is different. That is why the work is a path function. Now similar to work, heat is also a path function. So as per the first law of thermodynamics, heat and work are interconvertible forms of each other. And therefore, as the work is a path function, by analogy, with reference to the first law, heat is also a path function. Now, when there is a change occurring, then because of the interaction between system and surrounding, there is a transfer of heat and work, and certain sign convention is followed. And what are those sign conventions? So the criteria is when work is done by the system, it is taken as positive. When work is done on the system, it is taken as negative. When heat is supplied to the system, it is considered positive. When heat is lost by the system, it is considered as a negative. Now, first law of thermodynamics, the general form is, as we have seen in the beginning, that the energy change in the system is equal and opposite to the energy change in surrounding. So that delta A corresponds to energy change in system. It consists of macroscopic energy and microscopic energy, whereas the RHS, Q and W represent the transit energy. So the W, that is work done, in case of the equation 3 consists of both expansion and non-expansion work. Now let us consider the first law of thermodynamics applicable for the closed system. So for a closed system, as we have seen in the beginning, that there is no transfer of matter and energy, and in that case the macroscopic motion is not there. Therefore the total energy change in the system delta E is replaced by delta U, which is the internal energy. And as told to you earlier that it's a non-flow system, and therefore the equation 3 can be modified as Q is equal to Q plus delta U is equal to Q plus W. Now the first law of thermodynamics applicable for a closed system. So basically the work which is occurring may be of two types, expansion and non-expansion. So or rather expansion, irreversible spontaneous expansion, and isothermal reversible expansion. So whenever there is a irreversible spontaneous expansion, the work obtained is considered or calculated as W is equal to minus P delta V, represented by equation 6, and in case of isothermal reversible, W is equal to RT ln of V2 by V1, and therefore depending upon how the work is occurring, the value of the work obtained or involved is a different. Now consider the first law of thermodynamics applicable for a flow system, open type of the flow system. So as we have seen earlier, open systems are the one in which the transfer of matter as well as energy takes place, and therefore if we observe, just consider this control volume, there is an inlet of matter and it is exiting from this point, and this is a control volume across which we are considering the changes. So basically the contents inside are the part of system and rest everything is a surrounding. So if we apply the first law of thermodynamics, the mathematical expression is the rate of internal energy change plus the macroscopic energy change is equal to the heat rate and the work done per unit, and basically this dot represent the rate, because the mass is replaced by mass flow rate because it's a flow system, and that is why this dot represent the variation with respect to time. So change in internal rate of change of internal energy is equal to the rate of change of kinetic energy, potential energy, and the enthalpy change. So it is important to note that we have considered internal energy, enthalpy change, kinetic energy change, and potential energy change in a equation 8 as the energy changes inside the system, and these are the energy changes across the surrounding or between system and surrounding. So first law of thermodynamics for open system, open flow system. For closed system, only internal energy change, that is microscopic energy change, is considered. In open system, the energy associated with matter entering and leaving the system is an additional consideration. Now the first law of thermodynamics for isolated system, that is there is neither transfer of energy nor transfer of matter. So in case of isolated system, as there is no transfer of energy and matter, so if we substitute the condition in equation 3 and 4, we get delta E is equal to delta U is equal to 0, that is change in internal energy is equal to the energy change in the system. So delta U is equal to delta E is equal to 0. So that's all about the basics concepts in a thermodynamics, typically the first law of thermodynamics. Hope you must have understood what is a system, what is the mathematical expression for a first law of thermodynamics for open, closed and isolated system. Thank you.